are you all doing? My name is Shaz, short for Shahrazad, and I love colorful makeup, as you can see on my eyes. Today we're going to do another to buy or not to buy video. In these videos, I talk about new makeup that has come out recently or that has been announced or sneak peeked, and I will tell you if I'm intending to pick anything up or generally my opinion on them. And I also encourage you to write to me in the description box, in the comment box below what your thoughts and ideas are on these releases. Also at the same time, I'm going to do this eye look with these two old palettes from Colourpop and this palette called Dawn of Fall from It's Bel Cosmetics. This palette is being phased out by It's Bel Cosmetics, so I wanted to use it today to remind you all that if you're still interested in picking it up, go to It's Bel website and add it to cart. If all of that sounds good to you, I can't wait to get started. I do want to mention that I promised you all that this specific video is going to cover holiday collections, so we have a lot of holiday releases that I've added to the list that I'm going to be going over today. Although there's other things releasing, so I'm going to be talking about everything in between. Just setting the expectation there. If all of that sounds good to you, let's jump right into the video. Okay, friends, I have my coffee here. I have my pumpkin cheesecake candle. Missed the smell of pumpkin candles while I was away. So this is going to be the first video that I'm posting after I'm back. This video is going to be long, folks, because I'm putting Painterly by MAC on my eyes. So if you all remember, I promised some of you to do holiday releases this week. So that is what we're going to be talking about. And folks, as for palette goes, I'm planning on using these from Colourpop. These are old. I think these are from like over a year ago. And friends, I have used them minimally. I'm using them just to remind you how many colorful things Colourpop has had in the past, and they continue to have, particularly things that are almost monochrome. And I'm going to complement that with this beauty, Dawn of Fall, which is from It's Bel Cosmetics. This palette is going to be phased out, which is why I chose it. I've actually never used this palette, but I love the grunginess, and I bought it so that I could use it some months ago. I bought it to use it during the fall season. I just ended up leaving the country before I had a chance to use it. I wanted to make sure that I talk about it because this palette, I think, is right now in stock for a pre-order, and it's going to be out of stock after that for good. So this palette, at least as the brand has communicated, is not coming back. I think what they said is that all the pre-orders are going to go out in January, if I remember correctly. So those are what we're going to be using. Without further ado, I'm going to jump to this side because it's a long list that I have today. So let's just quickly jump right in. Let's first talk about Restocks. Irridescent Bubbles palette from MBA Cosmetics has restocked and is available if you wanted to buy it. Serenity palette, our favorite palette of the year, has restocked and is available for purchase. I actually just went on their website to double check and make sure it's available before I talk about it. And it is 20 British pounds, and you can add it to cart right now. Folks, Glaminatrix is bringing back 4 of their palettes. I talked about this last week, and they're actually restocking, I want to say in an hour and a half from when I'm filming. This video is probably going to take a little bit of time for me to edit, and it might go out either tonight or tomorrow. So hopefully they're still in stock by the time you all watch this, but I definitely wanted to mention that. I already talked about it in my last week's video, so no excuses there. If you wanted it, you should have watched that video. And then I already talked about Dawn of Fall, so let's jump into the things that are relatively new. The first thing I want to talk about, folks, is Colourpop, and while we're at that, let me pick a brush, and I'm going to go into this color called Do Tell, and I'm going to go in my crease with this color. So folks, Colourpop has done another Disney collab, and this is available already. This is with Muppets, Now, I love Muppets. I love Miss Piggy and Kermit the Frog. They're super cute and I just love everything about them. But maybe 3-4 years ago, this would have been a palette I would be interested in, and this collection would have been a collection I would be interested in. But honestly, folks, I've seen pretty much everything from Colourpop and there's nothing new. I feel like something really has to be super different for it to grab my attention at this point, and this isn't it. There are still some things that I'm interested in purchasing from Colourpop, so we will talk about that soon. Friends, tomorrow I'm planning on videoing for you a video talking about holiday sales and the sales that are coming up for Thanksgiving. I'm not 100% sure if I can edit it and post it over this weekend, but I'm going to try to do that as soon as I can edit it and put it out, because some of these sales have already started and some of them are going to start on Monday. So definitely want to make sure I do that so that if you're interested in picking something up, you have that video and know what's going on. So stay tuned for that video. And I wanted to just quickly mention that there are a couple of things I have my eyes on during Colourpop sale for Thanksgiving, but this collection isn't it, so moving on. Folks, this is the Afterparty collection by Colourpop. It launched this past week. I don't actually know if these are new items or they just sort of grouped things that they already had in the past and put them together with the hair dyes. You can put it in the comment box below if you know. These quads have always attracted my attention. I've heard great things about them. I've even swatched some of them in Ulta, but I've held back. And the reason I held back is that, folks, I have so many monochromes from Colourpop that I have not even used halfway. And this is not even half of it. I have a lot of the 9-pan monochromes from Colourpop that came out in 2019. I have a lot of those palettes. And I also have monochromes from other brands. These are beautiful and total attention grabbing. If they had come out in 2019, 2020, I would totally be picking them up. Not right now. Not right now. And then the next thing from Colourpop is actually part of their holiday release. They're coming out with Vaults. I'm not going to talk too much about this. These are monochrome palettes. I already have a lot of monochromes. I just talked about it. I will talk about what's coming out for the holiday sales in the other video, so stay tuned for that. I will just stick to saying that I'm probably not going to pick anything up from this Vault collection. I feel that these Vault collections at this point are for people who don't have all the things that Colourpop came out with back in the day. Folks, the other news is that Lethal Cosmetics is now available on Beauty Bay. So if for whatever reason you couldn't access Lethal Cosmetics, now is your chance to buy it on Beauty Bay. The next thing I want to talk about are quads from Viseart or Viseart. They're coming out with new Petite Fours and they are actually available now, $25 each. 3 new colors that are coming out. All neutrals, not interesting to me. But this brand is a brand I have eyed in the past. They're also having a sale right now. We'll talk about it probably in my other video. Kylie Cosmetics again, folks. These are neutral palettes. I'm not interested. Also, pretty much every other brand has come out with a dupe for this that is probably way cheaper and potentially better quality. So moving on. We talked about Plouise last week, right? What was the palette they came out with? Something related to creativity. But anyway, now they're coming out with this one, which is another double-sided rainbow palette. A little more on the pastel side and muted down than the other one. I don't need this for the same reasons that I didn't need that. Another thing, folks, is that I saw a video of this and the packaging is just so bulky. I don't have too much room for storing these palettes. In fact, during next week's time off, I am remodeling a little bit of my apartment so that I can have my beauty products closer to where I film, so that if I need to reach out for something during the time I'm filming, I can just grab it. And as I'm thinking about the remodeling, figuring out how to store the palettes is a huge thing, because I have a lot of palettes, and also storing the lipsticks and things like that, and something like this is just too much. So obviously 18 shades two-sided. This is going to be available November 18th at 3 p.m. CST. I do not have a price. I'm guessing it's probably the same price as the other one if I mentioned the price in the other video. MBA Cosmetics is coming out with some super exciting things, folks. MBA Cosmetics is gonna happen one of these days for me. So they're having a, what is this? Galaxias quad, 4 shades. It looks like multichromes. The swatches look divine, and it's available 11/25. Folks, don't forget to use someone's code. I do not have a price. In prior to buy or not to buy videos, I had promised you that this video, the video right before Thanksgiving, is going to be devoted to holiday collections. So I'm going to be talking about a lot of holiday releases. Some of these might have released a while ago, but because I never talked about them, because I was saving them for this video, I'm going to talk about them. My assumption is that they're available because holiday hasn't hit yet. I mean, these are sort of Christmas themed. Other than Odin's Eye palettes, I haven't heard anything about the other holiday releases not being available anymore. So if any of these you think is not available anymore, please write it in the description box below. I checked some of them and they looked available. But back to MBA Cosmetics, they are also coming out with Celestial Rainbow quad, folks. These are just yet another quad of fantastic, delicious looking multichrome shades that is coming out on the 25th. And these seem to be having limited stock. Again, don't forget to use someone's code. I do not have a price. Staying with MBA Cosmetics, I don't know if I mentioned the Chillin with Gnomies palette last time. I don't think I mentioned it. The artwork on the package, folks, is so cute. I love it. The inside of this palette reminded me of that first palette by Bel Cosmetics. What was the name? I'm going to put a photo on the screen because I don't remember the name. But the inside reminded me of that. I don't have that palette, so it doesn't make a difference to me if I want to buy this or not. I don't have a price, but MBA Cosmetics is usually $29 or something like that. And maybe this is going to be a little more because it's potentially could have multichromes. I don't know. Folks, that artwork could sell this palette to me. This is just so cute. Let me actually jump into this palette. These palettes are no longer available, folks, from Colourpop, but honestly, I'm sure one of these Colourpop monochromatic 5 pans, 4 pans, 9 pans that are available on their website is going to be a dupe for any of these. I'm going to go into this color and I'm going to deepen out the outer V here. So folks, we're still on MBA Cosmetics. Brands are going at it this week, folks. They have come out with Cult of Luna eyeshadow palette. This has 6 shades, 3 mattes, 2 duochromes, 1 shimmer. Use someone's code. I don't have a price. You know, this palette reminded me of a palette from a Sigil inspired. Is that the name of the brand? Sigil inspired or inspired Sigil? Yeah. So this reminded me of one of those palettes. It's a little bit too neutral for me, and I feel like I have these shades and this kind of idea in other palettes. So I'm not gonna go buy this probably, but it's beautiful. I'm more likely to buy those multichrome quads, folks. But now that we talked about Sigil inspired, it seems like or inspired Sigil, it seems like they're having something releasing. So folks, I actually don't know if this brand is called Tammy Tanuka or if Tammy Tanuka is the name of the owner of the brand. I don't know, folks. If you know, please educate me. But what I do know is that they're releasing this. This is more or less a neutral palette, but I cannot get my eyes off of this palette. If these colors swatch like this, so it's going to be $27 for the mini and $50 for the large one. If I buy anything, I'm going to buy the mini. I never hit pan on anything, so there's no point in even buying anything in a large size. This is going to be available November 27th. So the name of this palette is Royal Griffon palette, if I didn't say that already. But folks, isn't this brand a Russian brand? And do I not understand correctly that because of all the situation that's happening in the world right now, you can't deliver anything from Russia? And if that's the case, I don't know if it's realistic to say I'm going to purchase this and if any of us will possibly be able to purchase this. But if you know one way or the other, please educate the rest of us. If I find out, I'll probably put it in the comments box below as well. I don't own anything by Tammy Tanuka or Inspired Sigil. This is a brand I have been eyeing for years. The only reason I haven't bit the bullet on it was because, you know, it has to come from another country and that their website is in Russian. And if I want to buy anything from it, I have to, you know, translate the website and so on. If I'm an uneducated person and I think it's a Russian website and it's actually not Russian and only the language is Cyrillic, please educate me. I will not get offended. I would like to know. And I will appreciate that. Moving on, this other brand, Dandelions Co. Never heard of them, but I saw this palette and it's colorful and the colors are up my alley. You know what? This kind of reminded me of Fête de Provence by Nomad. You know, the color story is kind of similar. Lavenders and purples and yellows, you know, it's a kind of a similar, and reds, it's a kind of a similar color story. Very nice colors. 12 shades, 7 mattes, 5 shimmers. You can buy the palette for $50, or you can buy only the shadow pans for $40. Or you can just buy whichever shade that you want, just individual singles for $4.50. I think the name of this palette is To a Fruitful End and a Sweet Beginning, which is kind of cute, and I like the artwork on it too. Pink Crush Cosmetics, folks, is having a holiday sale. Who isn't? There's a bunch of stuff on sale on their website. I'm already mentioning it so that you can check it out before they run out, but I will definitely talk about them in my other video as well. But what I wanted to talk about today was this, which is their new release. I talked about it before. It was sneak peeked some weeks ago. Winter Moon palette, folks. The color story is nice. It's kind of a wintry, cool toned blue greens. Pretty nice. There's a lot of blue-green palettes that I have my eyes on. I kind of wonder if the actual palette is going to be much more vibrant. So maybe they could do themselves a favor and put a better quality photo. But I have my eyes these days on a lot of other blue-green palettes. Hint, hint, Unearthly Cosmetics. Hint, hint, Mika Beauty Shop. And this palette from the photos does not look special enough for me to want to pick it up. It has 9 shades, 5 shimmers, 4 mattes, almost $31, and it's going to come out on the 25th at 8 a.m. CST. Don't forget to use someone's code. Folks, I have a bunch of things from Face Glaze. Remember them? Remember they had a lot of stuff. Folks, I have never used this brand. Please write below if you've used this brand, because if they end up having a sale, or if they have a sale already, there's going to be some items picked up from this website. So they better be a good quality brand. By the way, folks, I did an unboxing of these brushes. These are from Beauty Bay. They were on sale. This is from one of their Techno Days or something like that collection from a while ago. And this is the first time I'm using them, and they look like they're pretty good. I like them. And I definitely like the way they look. They look kind of like lollipop. They make me happy. Okay, back to Face Glaze Beauty. This release is called 'Tis the Season Holiday Palette. Is this a palette? This looks like just 4 singles. I don't know. There are 26mm pans, and there are 4 shades, and they look like they're pretty sparkly and shimmery. So very nice. Some of the other releases that they had last time grabbed my attention more than this, but these are also pretty nice. And then the other thing they're coming out with is 2 single sets, Land of Sweets and Festive Chromes. These are $70 for the bundle for each of these 2 bundles. So $70 for 3 shades. That's very pricey, folks. This seems to be available already. Was the other one also available? Oh, folks, I forgot to mention, 'Tis the Season Holiday Palette is $25 a piece, or $72 for all 4, and this is available already. I don't know if I want to pay that much for a handful of single shades. Cleona is going to have a sale, folks, and we're going to talk about it in my next video. Stay tuned. It might actually not be the immediate next video because I have a couple of videos I'm editing, but it's going to come out in the next day or so. Folks, Catrice's release called Spark of Joy Collection. This is a holiday release. As I mentioned, there's going to be a lot of these mentioned today. 12 shades in the palette, and there's a bunch of other things. There's 2 blushes, 3 nail polishes. It's available now already. I do not have prices. Next thing we're going to talk about is Beauty Creations Cosmetics' holiday release. They have an eyeshadow palette, $15 for 15 shades, a blush collection of 4 shades for $12, and they have a bunch of other things, lip trio for $14, and a lash set with 2 styles of lashes for $9. And it's available already. It became available November 8th at 10 a.m. CST. Folks, I saw an unboxing of this item, Elf's Advent Calendar, which is available for $95 on their website. It was intriguing. There were a lot of very exciting items in it. Elf is a good brand. I like Elf as a brand. Watching the unboxing made me think about possibly picking this up, but perhaps I came to my senses and I realized that I already own a lot of things and I don't need the items in here. Maybe next year. I'm still going on a no buy for lips. So unless I receive lips as a gift from somebody or in like a mystery box or something, I'm not going to go buy lip products. Am I going to keep doing that during this holiday season and the holiday sales? We'll see about that. So far, I haven't had any issues. And, you know, there was a lot of lip items in this advent calendar, which is part of the reason I decided to say no. Also, usually palettes that are in advent calendars are designed for the mass audience, so they're usually more neutral toned, which is not my cup of tea. Another reason why I'm going to pass. Bel Cosmetics is releasing their holiday collection. There is a 16 pan palette for $12 called I'm Snow Cute, like I'm so cute. Candy Cane Cutie Lip Trio for $14. Don't Stop Slayin' brush set that has 12 brushes for $24, and it's already available on Beauty Creations website. And it kind of reminded me of Colourpop's Chocolate Not a Box of Chocolate release. But okay, I can understand why somebody would like this. Obviously, too neutral, not for me, so moving on. Profusion has had a whole lot of things coming out, but before we go there, I'm going to go into this blue color with a tiny brush. These palettes have a lot of fallout, folks, and I'm going to deepen this out a little bit. So the first thing is their Sweet Holiday collection. There's a whole lot of stuff in here, folks. There's 46 pieces in here. And I'm not going to talk about every single one. There's going to be multiple palettes, there's brushes, there's lip glosses, and a whole lot of other things. And the prices are also reasonable within a, I want to say $9 to like $20 range. And it's already available. I think I already mentioned I don't know where to buy Profusion. People have told me you can buy it at Walmart. I have not found it at any Walmart near where I live. Probably not going to pick anything up, but if you all end up picking something up, let the rest of us know what you think. They also came out with the Merry Moments collection. Similar concept, a whole lot of things. Lashes, a bunch of palettes, face palettes and eyeshadow palettes. Yeah, a bunch of lip trios, in fact. Brushes, a whole lot of stuff, again, within the same kind of price range. $5 to $20, and this is also available right now. So, yeah, let the rest of us know what you think about these. They also came out with the Written in the Stars collection. This collection also has a whole lot of pieces. There's a couple of different palettes. There's going to be brush sets. There is gift set, lip balm bundle, nail duos, a whole lot of stuff, folks. Let us know what your thoughts are on these things, if you pick any of these up, or if you want to pick any of them up, if you used any of them, and what you think of the quality. Juvia's Place is coming out with Coffee Shop collection. I'm pretty sure Juvia's Place has a bunch of palettes that are neutral toned. Did they need yet another neutral tone palette? I do not know. I would imagine no. But it is what it is. Yet another 16 pan neutral palette out there. The palette's $26. There's going to be 3 lip liners and 12 glosses. Wow, 12 glosses. That's a lot of lip glosses. The whole collection is $180 and it's already available. It goes without saying that I'm not going to pick up neutral colored palettes, and many of these 16 pans that we've seen today and in other days, they're literally the same thing repeated. If I wanted to pick a 16 pan neutral palette, I would have probably picked up Colourpop's Not a Box of Chocolate back a month, 2 months ago when it came out. So not interested and moving on. Pretties for Your Face is releasing their holiday sparklers, 5 shades. I think these are just monochrome shimmers, but I was intrigued by these. I kind of like these. I don't know. It's interesting because I'm kind of in the holiday colors monochrome vibe, you know. I don't mind having a red shimmer or a bunch of like taupe monochrome shimmers right now. And there is something that's releasing that I'm kind of into that we're going to get to. This is available already. Don't forget to use someone's code, folks. Do not forget that if you're picking this up. Folks, we talked about Sugar Drizzle last week and how they're coming out with things left, right, and center. And now they've outdone themselves yet again. They are now releasing lip sets. Liquid lip sets with 4 shades for $30 and gloss lip sets with 6 shades for $29. It's going to come out on the 25th. Use someone's code. I would be very curious to see how these perform. I'm not a gloss person, so if anything, I would be picking up the lip set, but I'm on a no buy, so I'm not going to pick anything up. And folks, I talked about being excited about a release that has taupe colors, and that's this one. Clarity Cosmetics finally released the reveal of their Croc palette, folks. It's going to have 10 shades, 5 mattes, 5 shimmers. And it's going to release on the 25th. And folks, I'm so intrigued. I don't know why, because this is a neutral palette, right? This is kind of a neutrally green, but I'm so attracted to this. I might pick this up. And I can't believe I'm saying that. Between, you know, Minka palette and this palette and a bunch of other palettes, the All Done Up palette that are almost all more or less in the same sort of taupe holiday colors type of a feel. I love this one. And I like the other ones too. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to pick one or all of them. I'm intrigued by this. Can't deny. I don't have a price though. Maybe if it's expensive, no, but I'm intrigued. Okay, folks, back to holiday stuff. These are not new, but Sephora has a whole lot of holiday stuff. A whole lot of holiday kits, advent calendars, and more. This is a very nice way to test a bunch of things and figure out which one works for you and then go buy just that. In the past, I've bought their hair favorites. I've bought the summer, sort of what's favorite for the summer. I've bought their lip favorites. I've bought their mascara favorites multiple times. I've tried a whole lot of these favorite bundles from Sephora in the past. But I haven't heard the best of things about Sephora Advent Calendars, folks. So that's definitely out. That's out. Not gonna even look at it twice. Another holiday release that came out a while ago. All the different Too Faced collection stuff. I'm going to quickly use NYX's glitter primer. As we've seen before, every year around holiday times, Too Faced comes out with a whole lot of these kinds of things. Holiday releases that include multiple palettes, multiple, I don't know, tiny little trinkets and things like that. This is not for someone who is a real true makeup lover. These are for kids. This is not something that excites someone who's into indie makeup brands and who has a very extensive collection. So clearly a pass. I mean, honestly, I feel like too much conversation on Too Faced that I don't want to have, but I'm pretty sure they also released one of those yet another, I don't know, cinnamon buns palette or something like that earlier in the year that I don't even know about. So moving on. This is NYX Cosmetics' Holiday 2022 collection. A whole lot of very cool things. So NYX is one of those brands that I really like. I find them pretty high quality. The palettes are usually very high quality. Lip stuff is very high quality. And this collection seemed to have a bunch of different things, a bunch of palettes, mostly neutral, but you know, that purple color kind of had my eyebrows raised. I'm not going to buy it, but it's not bad. There's going to be a butter gloss vault and a matte lipstick vault. The butter gloss vault is $50, matte lipstick vault is $55. Folks, I'm one of those people that if I wasn't on a no buy, I would totally go buy the matte lipstick vault. I like NYX's lipsticks, but I'm on a no buy, so this isn't gonna happen. There is also a vault for jumbo eye pencils. I have a lot of those, so I'm pretty sure I have a lot of these colors already. Also eye pencil vault and a bunch of other things. On top of that, there's also an advent calendar. I'm at a point where an advent calendar to me seems kind of like a mystery box. But the thing about advent calendars is that usually a lot of people already do unboxings online. So if I'm curious to know what's in it, I can go look at it. As I said, these advent calendars usually have mostly neutral things that would work on every skin tone. So probably not for me, but I have actually purchased NYX's advent calendars in the past. I think I bought it in 2018, and I still have some of their lip stuff, and I like their lip stuff. And the advent calendar is $65. But before I move on, I'm going to jump into this palette. So folks, one thing is that I tried going into this color, and this color is completely dried up. This palette is not that old. I recently received this palette, so that is very unfortunate. I can't even, you can see that? It's not even coming off. Okay, I'll figure out what to do with this, maybe with a little bit of alcohol, and a lot of times I revive things with a contact lens solution to make sure it's safe for the eyes. I'm gonna go into this one, just trying to be kind of funky. I'm going to use it in the center here. The name of the color is Autumn. Oh, I love this. This is beautiful. I did not use the blue colors purposefully because I want to do a look that is a little different. I didn't want to do a full monochrome look. Folks, the next thing I want to talk about is something that came out a while ago. There is a whole plethora of reviews on this online, so if you're curious, you can go see that, but this was a holiday release, so I want to talk about it, and that is Tarte's Man-Eater After Dark Holiday Palette. $52, 99% neutral shades. So moving on, because we have a bunch of other things by Tarte. They also have a whole lot of other holiday things. There's a bunch of different palettes. There's Amazonian face palettes and other types of face palettes. There's mascaras, there's brushes, there's lip stuff, there's all kinds of things, all kinds of things. I know a lot of people are excited by the Amazonian clay palettes, the palettes that have multiple things in it, so letting you know. They also have large palettes, as you saw. Also they have small sort of 6-pan palettes that are nice to travel with, but everything is neutral. Tarte, we all know Tarte is like 99% neutral, so I'm not a customer of Tarte, but they're good quality and a lot of people are their customers, so I just wanted to make sure you know. If you're interested in any of these, they're all available. They have been available for a while, I think since September. What can I do, folks? People start releasing holiday stuff in August. I mean, what can I do? And they have yet another thing. Now, this isn't really holiday related, but hey, I was looking at everything, so I was like, okay, now that I'm talking about things, let me talk about this as well. And this is their Tartelet Energy Palette, which is $42, 12 pans, 5 mattes, 7 shimmers. It seems to me like Tarte is pulling an Urban Decay, and exactly what Urban Decay did with Naked, Tarte is trying to do with Tartelet. What can I say? Moving on. Benefit Cosmetics also had their holiday releases. There is an advent calendar. There is multiple smaller box releases. There's going to be smaller bundle releases. There's going to be face palettes, highlighter palettes, and bronzer palettes, and other types of smaller gift sets that have multiple benefit items in there. So if any of these are of interest, they're available. Go purchase before they run out. Folks, I kept getting ads for this, and I figured, let me talk about it. This is from a brand called Bunky Beauty. I've never heard of them. It seems like each of these palettes is $30. And they're all available now, and they're sold on Etsy. Want to talk about it just in case you are interested in this brand. I've never heard of this brand. I would like to hear or read some reviews before I go out and buy any of these. $6 a pan is a little pricey. Folks, I'm now going to move into this color called Riverside with a tiny brush. And I'm going to put this in my inner corner, this area. Folks, NYX Cosmetics has also released a holiday collection. It's called Cookies for Santa. Okay, that's cute. And this collection has gingerbread lip balm, baked highlighters, cookie lip scrub. Kind of cute theme, cute theme. It's telling me it's now available on their website. Friends, I saw this come out from Gloss Gods. They're releasing power liners. I thought they already had power liners, so I'm wondering if this is sort of a new collection of 5 new colors or 10 new colors because they're split pans. The brush is $10 and the shades themselves are around $16, $17 a piece. Again, Gloss Gods is a Swedish brand, so the prices are in Swedish crowns. That's why they're not exact. And these are already available. Folks, I'm now going to go into Deep Forest, which is this color. I think you all see green, but I see purple and blue. This is a multichrome, and I'm going to put this on my lower lash line. Friends, I heard about this brand. Hex Baby Beauty is coming out the Silent Nurse eyeshadow palette. That's $28 and it's already available. I already have these colors and I've mentioned in the past that if I'm picking something up, I have to be able to justify why I'm spending money on it. So they have to be very special and different. And this palette is very nice looking and pretty colorful, but I don't find it that special. The colors generally look regular mattes and shimmers, but I like the color story, so I figured I should feature it. It has 10 pigmented mattes and 4 super cute shimmers and 2 amazing duochromes. And it's already available. Again, folks, I cannot say this enough. For everything I mentioned, try to find someone's code and use it to get some money off. And friends, I believe this is going to be our last one, which is Beauty Bay's holiday value kits, folks. And I checked to make sure at least some of these are still available. I think they're all available. And this is literally boxes that Beauty Bay curated for you. If you're interested in these items, you can buy these boxes and get a discounted price compared to if you had purchased each of these items individually. And folks, that brings us to the end. Let me quickly finish up this eyeshadow look. With a relatively tiny brush, I'm going to go into this color and I'm going to deepen out this side of my eye. So the complete outer V area. Okay, friends, I'm back with the completed eye look. I also put a little bit of Labello Blackberry Shine on my lips. These are things I buy from Europe. Every time I travel, I buy them. They are literally lip glosses that I buy in the pharmacy in Europe. The brand is Labello. Some of them have some tint of a color. I always have chopped lips. These are literally chopsticks equivalents, and the heater these days even dries my lips more. And these are fantastic. In fact, I think this is a new one, and I think it's gonna have a tint of nude, and I'm looking forward to using it. But if you're ever in Europe, maybe you can find these in the US too, I don't know, but if you're ever in Europe, I highly recommend them. Also, friends, don't forget, I'm going to have another video coming out in the next couple of days where I'm going to be talking about the holiday sales. So definitely stay tuned for that. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and press the bell to get notified when the video goes up. Thanks so much for watching. I love you all. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you're enjoying the content of my channel. And also you can add me on Instagram. My handle is in the description box below. Have a fantastic day and until next time. Bye.